There's a rule the Last Ronin never broke. A rule so simple, so absolute, that it would terrify the man who has spent his life negotiating with himself. In Japan, warriors understood that honor is not earned in victory, but in the silent, relentless fidelity to one's path, even when no one is watching. This is that law, and it is unforgiving. Chapter 1. The Awakening. Imagine a man today, surrounded by distractions, endlessly negotiating with his own ambition. He wants mastery, but he hovers between tasks, pulled by notifications, social pressure, fleeting desires. He promises himself change, yet slips back into old habits. In the modern mind, discipline is optional. In the mind of the Last Ronin, it is the only currency of life. Where we see negotiation, the samurai saw weakness. Where we see choice, the Ronin saw obligation. And it is here, at the gap between what we want and what we must do, that our story begins. Chapter 2. The Ancient System. Bushido, the way of the warrior, is not a set of rules. It is a code etched into the very marrow of existence. Loyalty, honor, integrity. The Last Ronin carried these not as philosophy, but as flesh and blood, walking alone across a world that would test him at every step. Zen taught him focus, but Bushido demanded courage. The courage to stand alone, to confront life unflinchingly, and to act according to principle rather than impulse. Picture him kneeling at dawn, mist curling around his form, katana in hand, silent but fully present. Every breath, every motion, a reflection of unwavering allegiance to himself, to his code, to truth. Chapter 3. The Internal War. The war is never outside, it begins within. Our brains resist. Dopamine whispers, procrastinate, postpone, hide. Fear shouts, you are not ready. The mind bargains, finding solace in distraction. But the Last Ronin understood this. He knew that the body and mind will betray a man who negotiates with himself. The internal war is biological, psychological, and philosophical. Zen observes it. Bushido confronts it. Discipline is not a shield, it is a sword, cutting through the illusions we tell ourselves, leaving only the raw, unbroken self behind. Chapter 4. The One Path. There is one path, and it is lonely. The Last Ronin walked it without compromise. He rose before dawn, trained his body, sharpened his mind, observed the world, and retreated into silence. The uncomfortable truth is that the modern mind resists this path because it asks for absolute surrender, not to a person, not to a task, but to the principle itself. Yet this is why it works. Mastery is forged in solitude. Integrity is born in uncompromising action. One cannot taste victory without first embracing the discipline that terrifies them most. Chapter 5. Practice without gaps. Consistency is not habit, it is identity. Like water carving stone, like fire forging steel, the Last Ronin's practice knew no gaps. Every repetition, every silent moment of focus, reinforced a mind impervious to doubt. Neuroscience calls it neuroplasticity, but in the Ronin's world, it was simply life. Omissions weaken, hesitation erodes. The way demands continuity, whether in motion or in stillness. One action, repeated without compromise, becomes the architecture of character. Chapter 6. Pre-solutions. Before the first battle, before the first moment of temptation, the Last Ronin prepared. Pre-deciding was his ritual. He vowed in silence what he would do, long before the test arrived. In modern life, we stumble because we fail to pre-decide what we will do when stress hits, when desire tempts, when weakness calls. The Ronin trained for these moments, embedding foresight into his habits, embedding discipline into his identity. His code was a shield, his preparation was a sword. Chapter 7. The Transformation. The man who follows this rule is not the same as the one who began. The inconsistent self dies quietly, the disciplined self awakens. You begin to see your own life as a battlefield where honor is measured in invisible victories, moments of choice, moments of presence, moments of integrity. You no longer negotiate with yourself. You act, you endure, you rise. Solitude becomes strength, silence becomes clarity, and in that transformation, you carry the law of the Last Ronin never broke. If this philosophy resonates with you, subscribe for more lessons from the Last Ronin and the path of Bushido and Zen. Let the way guide you, let the silence shape you, and let discipline become your truth.